All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I alone, I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. Fade, you can pull my foul yourself. Myself, nah. Right, I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, I might got. Standing so tall, they think I might got stilts. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. 96 Impala on wheels. Up against the wall, that Fox Hills. Like a boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. I'm the now, according to the way that I'm positioned in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich.
Coming up next, the Celtics taking on the Trailblazers. For the Celtics, they pride themselves on each and every step that leads to victory. The preparation, the focus, the sheer will. Each game a new opportunity to prove their identity. Blazers, Celtics is next. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA Find a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
And for Daniel Tice, 5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Robertson. Then there's Hill, and it's Duncan, and it's Walton in at the 5, down low. And for the Celtics, Damian Lillard out there with Bryant. Then there's McHale. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's English in at the small forward. 2 on the clock. Lillard from outside. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise. And when you think about Brad Stevens, he has one thing he cites quite often. The quote is, toughness is being able to physically and emotionally perform your task through any condition. And boy, when you think about his teams, they have embodied that for most of his tenure.
Here's Walton, and he gets the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Lillard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And Doris, the Celtics seem like they lost a bit of that resiliency and some of that composure last season. How do you think they get that back?
I think, Kevin, it has to begin with their leaders. Those are the players you expect to set the tone with toughness and togetherness.
Pass to O'Neal. Kobe against Leonard. Kobe, that's for 2. That one doesn't go. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Robertson against McHale. Here's Duncan. O'Neal with the rebound.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And Kobe gets it to go.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Pass to Hill. Duncan outside. Here's Leonard. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game. He's off on the first. Some changes for Boston. Davis is checked in for O'Neal. Moncrief comes in for Kobe. And it's Frazier in for Lillard. Portland also making some changes. McAdoo is checked in for Duncan. Rodman comes in for Grant Hill. And West subs in for Leonard. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That one goes. Count it.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Inside. English's shot is good.
The peripheral vision, the decisive delivery. Those are things you love about Frazier's artistry as a playmaker.
No good that time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
We've got Moncrief. He's out there with Frazier, and it's Davis in at center. That's the Boston 5. Moncrief, the pass to Frazier. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Here's English, and too long on the shot. Portland trailing here. There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. And McAdoo kicks to Rodman. Here's Robertson. Some solid defense from Moncrief.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Here's Robertson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And the painted area is where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Frazier, the pass to Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Celtics shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. So for the Trailblazers, Duncan, he's checked in for Walton. Hill comes in for McAdoo, and it's Leonard in for Robertson. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
West outside. Shoots over Kobe. The offensive rebound. Duncan. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Lillard scanning the floor. Boston needs to get off a shot. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Leonard. Goes back up. And Davis sends it back. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Frazier. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Good on the second free throw. With 1 on the clock, that shot off. And a close game so far through the first. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Duncan is out there with Hill. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Walton in at the center, locking down the middle.
Let's remember, in college, just a 25% three-point shooter, but Kawhi Leonard, he makes a weakness a strength.
Back to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Walton.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Pass to Robertson. McHale against Walton. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Duncan misses.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And finished off by Davis.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. No good from Duncan.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Lillard against Robertson. Lillard finds Davis. And they double up Davis. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Celtics with possession here. Kobe, the pass to Lillard. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And now a 4-point Boston lead.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And it's good for 2.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Outside Bryant. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hill inside. He's guarded by McHale. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
So for the Trailblazers, McAdoo is checked in for Walton. Rodman comes in for Grant Hill. And West subs in for Robertson.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
Well, you want efficiency and quality shots in this situation.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Moncrief, and the rejection by Leonard. Just 3 to shoot. From deep. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Eight seconds left in the third. With 4 seconds on the clock. No good. Shot missing. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter roll. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got McHale. Moncrief is out there with Frazier, and it's English in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, Greg. Keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Now Leonard. Duncan outside. And the pass to Rodman. Here's West. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Frazier. Here's English. Rodman covered. English's shot is good.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 5-point game. Out to Duncan. The 3. Rebound Boston. Cowens has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's English. AT that time from Leonard.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're up by 3. A minute 42 left in the game. So both teams making some changes here. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thanks, David. 1:25 left in the fourth. Here's English. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Walton, the pass to Leonard. Back to Walton. Over Lillard. And there's Walton. That's good on the assist by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Here's English. He's guarded by Hill. Duncan brings the double team. And English kicks to O'Neal. 4 on the clock. A shot by McHale, no good. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Nobody near Leonard. Knocks down the trifecta.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Lillard misses, and now we've got the intentional foul. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're leading by 4. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. We get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
We are looking at the MVP of the 2014 finals. Can we remember that in that series, Kawhi Leonard shot 60% and he guarded LeBron James?
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Lillard dishes to McHale. Here's English. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Trailblazers.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They lead by 3. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but the foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and it's Portland with the rebound. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Celtics now, and so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So it gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Here's McHale, off target with that shot. And so it's Portland winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
2K Sports pregame show.
And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Lakers going up against the Phoenix.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And for Frank Kaminsky, and with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. We've got Antetokounmpo. Jason Kidd is out there with Harden. Then it's Barkley. And it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, Ewing is out there with Chamberlain. Then it's LeBron James. And there's Malone. And it's Johnson in at the 1. To the middle. And James throws it down hard.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Barkley against Johnson. Barkley outside. Over Johnson, just 5 on the clock. Barkley, no luck.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Ewing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Three-pointer, Kidd. That one, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Johnson against Harden. The pass to James. Takes it off the glass.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You've got to wrap him up. You've got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion, because contact other than that doesn't bother him.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Barkley trying to break loose, and he drops it in from the low post.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's James, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Barkley against Johnson. Lets it go from 14. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nice jump shot. Good. James has got 6 points. The Suns trailing. Outside, Kidd. Pass to Gilmore. Giannis outside. Clock at 6. A 3-ball. It's good from long range. 5 points in the game.
You know, that shot's going to be there for Giannis Antetokounmpo because the defense is always worried about him attacking and driving the ball. It's just a matter of whether he can knock it down.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Suns lead by 1. Live. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game, but they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. They've got Gary Payton. Rubber is out there with Caron Butler. Then it's Reed, and it's Allen in at the shooting guard position. Tipped away. Payton outside. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Miller against Allen. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him.
And the dunk by Reed.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
1:12 left in the first half of basketball. Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. To add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
Lakers passing it around. Miller against Allen. Passes it to Thomas. From deep. It's hauled in by Butler.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Payton. But they'll get another chance.
Payton gets free inside, doing a nice job. An athletic guard who has excellent creativity. He knows how to score in close to the hoop.
And here's Drexler. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers ahead, leading by just one. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just... That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Malone is out there with Ewing. Then it's Magic Johnson. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Chamberlain in at the 5, down low. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
James in the post, guarded by Harden. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Giannis against Malone. Here's Giannis.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
James, the pass to Malone, and it's blocked. And Phoenix pushing it up now, and Ewing with the block. Malone outside. It's tipped. They get it back. Here's Kidd. Johnson with the block.
Tell you what, the long arms and great wingspan of Johnson, well used and suited for the shot denial.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Outside Kidd. Pass to Antetokounmpo. True on the 14-footer. Giannis has got his third basket of the night.
The patience that Antetokounmpo plays with is really impressive for such a young guy. I mean, he doesn't rush anything.
For the lead, Chamberlain with the block.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Rebound by the Suns.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Barkley kicks to Harden. Here's the three. It doesn't go for him. Tie game in Los Angeles. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Payton setting the floor for the Suns. You've got Allen. Caron Butler is out there with Weber. Then it's Gary Payton. And it's Reed in at the center, locking down the middle. The dish to Payton. Clock at 4 over Maravich. To take the lead, Chamberlain with the block. On the wing, Maravich covered by Payton. It's taken away by Payton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, you really have to admire and respect the work ethic of Allen. I mean, this guy is really intentional and purposeful in his pregame preparation, and all of that stuff pays off for him.
Isaiah Thomas checked in for Los Angeles. Drexler outside. Up top, Maravich. 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Drexler's shot is off.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Allen finds Payton. Reed down low. Chamberlain on him. Now, here is Reed. Guarded by Chamberlain. Reed misses. The Lakers trail. Drexler passes to Russell, and the shot goes in.
Just one thing else that separates Russell from other bigs. I mean, the speed to outrun most guys on the court.
Timeout called, the Suns.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Ewing comes in for Russell, and Karl Malone subbed in for Clyde Drexler. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen to what Monty Williams discussed with his players. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Harden against Ewing. Back to Malone. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Malone, a remarkable power forward. His footwork, incredible. And that jump shot is wet.
And Los Angeles with some changes. James checked in for Maravich. And it's Johnson in for Isaiah Thomas. Jason Kidd is checked in for Phoenix. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Second chance shot, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Malone.
Artis Gilmore is just a massive guy, and strong too. I mean, rugged, a center that is flat out a beast on both ends of the floor. Banged my head against that dude many a time. It was not fun.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
The 3 from Harden. And it's Malone with the rebound. And the Lakers have possession. Now the pass to James. Malone down low. Defended by Barkley. Malone can't hit. Harden against Johnson. Now Harden. Left to the wing. Three-pointer. Kidd misses the 3.
Well, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And it's the Suns to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Harden out there with Jason Kidd. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Barkley. And it's Gilmore in at the 5. Home in the paint. Here's James. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Gilmore's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got his first 2 points.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Here's LeBron. That one misses. Now the Suns take it the other way. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Kept alive. Gilmore passes to Barkley. And Ewing with the block.
Great at knowing when to time and go up for the rejection. Ewing, a superb defender.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Here is Harden. Leans inside. No good on the shot. Good D by Ewing. Pulls up. But they recover it. Johnson. It's hauled in by the Suns.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Harden with it. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. The rebound by Johnson. Here are the Lakers. They trail by 3. Pass to Ewing. LeBron James on the wing. Now here's Johnson. Beyond the arc. Can't knock in the 3.
And Johnson is an elite talent, a special talent. A very unique point guard with amazing size, about 6'9". He can flat out take over games because he virtually can play every position.
He makes the second free throw, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that ties the game up.
He can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made of as he's able to tie it up.
Phoenix calls timeout. Here's Harden. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. We've got more NBA back. Can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period. What a game of basketball this has been. It's the Lakers now. Now here's Johnson. Passes it to LeBron. Good D by Harden. The Suns shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Out to Barkley. Fires from the wing. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Suns lead by 2.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Here's Chamberlain. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Chamberlain got the game tied up here for the Lakers. On the wing, Harden. Covered by LeBron. The teardrop falls in.
Yet another hard shot that Harden makes look easy. Amazing at measuring the floating jump.
James kicks to Malone. Now James. 5 on the clock. Pass to Ewing. The putback. Can't get the putback. And it's the Suns with the ball. The lead is 2. Here's Harden. Doesn't go that time. Great defense that time from Ewing. Here's James. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. it goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, the power and intensity on display there from James, guys. I mean, giving the defense no other choice but to foul.
And so he makes both from the line.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
And here's a timeout from Monty Williams. Here's Kidd. Harden trying to get open. Excellent D there by Johnson.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Moments here late in overtime as they look to take the lead.
You cannot afford to come up empty.
James looking around. For the win. He got it! He got it!
All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
And Greg, he knew it was good when it left his hand. He started celebrating as soon as it got off his fingertip.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.
California, have you ever been on the mimic? My girl look alike. My neighbor tell her to fight. I take my shoes at.